Yeah, welcome everyone. Let's start our session. So today we will be discussing briefly about the project management and how effectively we can manage our project using the most powerful tool, that is the Oracle's Primavera, and we will be seeing the features on the live software as well with the real-time example I will be explaining you. So myself Ranjita Jain, I am a PMP certified and I am training project management since last 15 years training, as well as I am also involved in the consultancy, and we are doing lot of project work related to the construction and other stream also. So we have our center in Lucknow. We have more than 32 years of experience, and at Lucknow we have got 18 plus years of experience in project management training. All the training program are well balanced with the theoretical as well as the practical sessions, and we do train you from the real time examples from the project from the industry, so that you have a better understanding in case after completing the training, if you want to work on the project in the real time industry, you would be easily able to handle them with effectiveness. And we do offer you the consultation, your doubts, your support even after the training as well. So as we know that project management terminology, the project management concepts which our industry is following is from the Project Management Institute. So the concepts, the tools what we are using is definitely we will be learning from the concepts by PMI. That is, their publication is Project Management Body of Knowledge, which has described the best practices, best knowledge, tools and technique. If we apply them in our project, definitely our success, our chances of success will be much more higher. So all the project, as we know that when can we say that our project is successful? How can we define the success of any project? Definitely we have to measure our project success in three terms, that is cost, scope and time. For example, assume that you were supposed to complete a project in 1 year and you have actually completed your project in 1.5 years, though you have meet your budget and you have completed all your work. Still, we cannot say that we have completed our project successfully because we have not met our time deadline. So we have to measure the project success only once we have met all the three approved timeline, or we call it as a baseline, that is the baseline for cost, baseline for scope and baseline for time. So time, cost and scope are known as the triple constraints for any project, and they are the factors which decides the success of any of the project. So whichever project industries we take, achieving these three constraints, that is the time, cost and scope, falls as the biggest challenge. So we have project management processes. As you all know, project management is nothing but it is the application of knowledge, skills, tools and technique to meet our project objective. And every project has phases of project management, that is initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and closing. So these phases are, as you all know, that initiation is nothing but which is the officially approved project is announced, that is the initiation phase. And once initiation is over, we plan our project. That means we think about the, also we document our need, what has to be done in terms of our deliverables, activities. Then we prepare our schedule, that is we define our resources, cost, resources, everything. So we have to estimate our cost also, risk also. We have to plan our communication policies also, how we would be communicating. All those planning has to be done in detail. And execution phase is where we complete the work defined in our project management plans as we have created in the planning phase. So that is what we are working on the plan during execution. And the purpose of monitoring and controlling is to measure your project performance against the project management plan which you have defined. Like you have already defined your deadline for time, cost and scope. So we measure that we are whether on time, we are behind our schedule, we are within the budget or we are overspending. All those kinds of monitoring has to be done, and finally we come to the closing phase. So these are the 5 simple phases of project management. It is immaterial whether you are from construction sector, manufacturing sector, IT sector, the concepts, the phases remain same. So as we know that Primavera was developed and launched in 1983 by Primavera Systems, which is later acquired by Oracle Incorporation in the year 2008. Now it is purely an Oracle product. So it includes planning, scheduling, and all your project management, communication management, resource management, contract management, risk and control, everything. It is integrated with different multiple applications. Even you can integrate your Primavera software with the ERP, that is a SAP implementation also. That kind of integrity it offers you. So that is what we will be seeing in the later stage once we'll be moving to the software. So which all companies are using project management tool? As we have already discussed, project intensive industries can be infrastructure development companies, it can be the smart cities, organizations, real estate development companies, utilities, power generation, telecom sector, oil and gas companies, manufacturing sector, automobile sector, pharmaceuticals. So you take any example of industry, they can use Primavera effectively. So features of Primavera, as we already will be seeing in detail in our software. So we have, because the major challenge in the project management or when we are working on the project is the timely delivery of your project and coordination, communication between the team members. So we have anytime, anywhere access with the help of this Primavera Enterprise Project Management software. You can even mitigate your uncertainties, your risk. Like suppose if there is because every project has the uncertainties or the risk, so how we can take care of them? So we have a risk response strategies. So that kind of risk strategies also can be easily built up with the help of this software. We can manage our resources because you know that in every project you have got various multiple resources, thousands of resources. So it is very tough to manage them. So but we can see by use of this software, we can easily ensure the right resources in right quantity is available for our project. So that is all is the resource management principles we will be how we can track our project, because see, you have developed a beautiful plan for your project, your planning is excellent, you have developed the schedule also, but how effectively you can carry out those projects, how effectively you can execute your project, and then monitoring your project plan is again a challenge. So it gives you wonderful reports, wonderful tracking reports, monitoring reports, by which we can even do the forecasting. Like suppose if we follow the same speed, if we follow the same methodology, we follow the same cost plan, what would be our new estimate at completion cost, what would be the new completion time for the project. So all those types of insight gain it gives you very effectively. So we'll be seeing how we can easily forecast our cost, track our project using this software. And if you take in any example, out of every 600 engineering construction firms, 575 companies are using Primavera software. And this is data from the Oracle site itself. Out of every 20 power companies, 17 companies are using Primavera, because some of you are already from the various different type of industry. So you can very well know, and maybe you might be using this software for your project. So you know the features, you know the benefits, how effectively you can manage your project with the help of Primavera software. So the job profile, or like suppose you're working in a company, so how effectively you can go for your promotions, how you can go for your the new job openings. So you can very well effectively plan in that way, because it is used by every type of people who is involved in project planning engineer, business system analyst, production scheduler, database engineer. Anybody can use this software for whoever is engaged in the project work. Detail in the software, how we can manage our project effectively. So I'll be sharing you my software screen so that I'll explain you the features of the software Primavera P6. So those who have already used the screen, those who have already used the Primavera software, they are well versed. They might be knowing about this screen. So I hope my Primavera screen is now visible. So this is your initial screen where you can have your portfolio. Like say, this is the portfolio of all initiative group, where they have got various divisions: engineering and construction, they are into manufacturing, they are into energy services. So different domains they are. And what type of project is there in the energy services, that is the list of project which you can easily view. So every organization can manage their project as well as their portfolio effectively using this software. See, you can see the division by wise, and as well as each project is showing its performance in term of cost, in term of schedule, whether it is timely completing or it is completed before time, over cost, all those informations are depicted with the help of this cost performance index, schedule performance index. So we'll understand, and for the time being you can simply know if this index is less than 1 means we are behind our schedule, we are overspending. This index has to be 1 because this index is nothing but cost performance. It is the ratio of your how the plan versus the actual. So you can see 0.95 denotes that you are only 95% following your target cost plan. This 0.99 schedule performance index depicts 99% schedule baseline schedule target you are following. That means you are behind your target plan at now. So this is what is the at completion project cost for each project, and what would is the total budget for each division. All those information we can easily view using this particular screen, that is our project portfolio screen. What is the start date, finish date, and all these information can be further customized as per the need of person who is using. If you are a senior project manager, if you are MD, if you are a controller, so you can customize these information, whatever information you would like to view. So I'll simply start with a project. I'll show you the first thing when we start any project is we have to define its scope. Isn't it? Like say if we are going to construct a hospital or any office building, so what is our project scope? What is our project major deliverable? So we define our project scope in term of scope WBS, work breakdown structure. You might be knowing this. Work breakdown structure is nothing but it is the hierarchical representation of your project. Like say this hello. Yeah. So we have divided our project into these deliverables. We call them as a work packages: foundation, superstructure, ground floor. So these superstructure has been further divided into ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor. It's the G+4 building. Then similarly, internal finishing, exterior finishing. These are the work packages which we have defined for our project. So now once you know your work packages, you have defined your major work deliverable, then we define our activities. Like we have to go for a detailed planning, like in foundation, what all tasks, what all work we need to do so that we can complete our foundation effectively and in completeness. So these are the list of activities which are there under foundation. Then we have superstructure. Superstructure is further divided into floor. So ground floor is further, we have the column reinforcement, shuttering, casting, slab work, all these activities for the floor wise work we have defined. So this is what we are going for planning. Then we should develop a realistic schedule. So for schedule we have to define the dependencies because we cannot start all the work all together. So we need to specify the relationship, the dependencies amongst these activities in order to find our critical path. Because the significance of critical path is, you all know, we have to define our critical path so that we can understand where to focus, where the project manager has to put entire focus so that he can complete his work on time. So critical path is the activities with 0 days of float. So float is nothing but it is the number of days we can delay an activity without changing the finish date of your project. So once you define the relationship, once you specify your dependencies, easily the software will give you the project float as well as it will define the critical path. You can see in this Gantt chart, your CPM chart, all the activities which are coming in red are the critical activities, and whichever activity is in green, they are the non-critical activity. We need not have to worry about the formula, though we have already started in our engineering. We calculate the forward pass and backward pass to calculate early start, early finish, late finish, free float, total float. Software itself will calculate everything, whatever float is available for which type of activity. So we can easily come to know where we can be little bit relaxed and where we have to put our entire focus. So this is what we have come to know, our start and finish date for each activity. And this start and finish date is based on our calendar. Again, calendar plays a very important role because we are going to work on the realistic schedule, so that we should know when to start, when to finish. So once you have defined your working time, you have defined your holidays, so all the exemptions, all the holidays would be exempted from this start date and finish date. So definitely once you know that this particular activity will be for how many days, based on the resources we have applied, because we can only have a realistic schedule once we have applied the resource. Because see, again, the duration estimation we will be learning where there are various techniques, analogous, parametric, we have bottom-up approach. So all those things we apply. So whatever concepts are there, tools and techniques are there as per the PMBOK can be applied. So based on the quantity of our work, we can apply the resources, how much material, how much manpower, how much machinery would be required to carry out a particular task, and based on that only we can come to know the minimum duration it will take to complete. So in case you are working for 8 hours a day, you are working for 12 hours a day, you are working for 5 hours a day, based on that we can come to know the realistic schedule, right? So once you have developed it, you have applied your resources also, whichever resource is going to work on which activity, definitely the next step is you have to develop your cost baseline, because whatever cost is there, because this is what we have applied, we have various techniques for cost estimation also, again parametric, analogous or bottom up. It is depending upon what type of schedule you are preparing, whether you are a client, whether you are a contractor. So we have to develop different type of schedules for different type of people. So if you are the person who has to carry out this project, you should know the exact cost, how much it is going to cost you, so that based on that only you can charge your money, you can quote the tender. So based on that, like say, best approach is the bottom up estimation. So we estimate the cost of each activity which is going to roll up to the particular WBS level and the project overall cost. So I'll just see what is the project cost in this particular project, because already I have applied the resources. So I can easily come to know what is my labor cost, what is my material cost, everything I have applied in this particular project. So we'll see the total labor cost, material cost, machinery cost, and total cost of each activity as well as our project. And then we can easily see the cash flow S curve of our project also. See, so as per the resource assignment, we can view the total labor cost for this project, material cost for this project, machinery cost for this project, as well as the overall cost for this project. So based on this, you know that, okay, this is the total cost. If suppose you are a contractor, you are a client, whatever it is, so based on that you should know, because you have now this particular cost. So whether it is within your budget or it is going beyond budget, based on that we need to replan. We need to revise our plan. That is what we can do, the what if analysis also with the help of Primavera software. We can have multiple plans so that we can choose the best plan out of these selected plans itself. So now based on this cost, I'll be very much eager to know, because when we have to go for a project, we don't purchase our all material in advance. How to acquire resources? So resource acquirement is again a challenge. So this software is going to give you a detailed view, how many resources will be required when. So this is what we can come to know, which like this is showing you monthly. For every month, what is the requirement for my steel, stone blast, helper, bar bender, bricks, everything you can view here. So we can again, if you are procuring for month wise, if you are procuring for weekly, we can simply change our date interval. It will give you the weekly requirement of your resources. So now we can view the weekly requirement, how much steel is required when, and material, labor, everything, so that we can plan our procurement accordingly. Second thing is we should know our cash flow, because we already have our budget reconciliation. No, we know that okay, when how much fund is required on our project. So based on that, so based on that, we can plan our costing also, we can plan our funding also. So by single click only, we can come to know how much budget is required as per our project schedule. So we can easily come to know our total cost for this particular project is how much. So this is the resource wise cost. It is showing you which month how much we are using based on the resource wise. Now I would like to view based on my project. So I'll simply select. So for this particular project, I can view month wise cash flow as per my requirement. So I'll just view the month wise cash flow I'm spending on my project. So I can simply view. And you can also see based on that, like say we want to view our project based on the deliverable wise, so we can view our project based on the deliverable wise also. So we can view how much cost we are spending on August month, September. So September we are spending on foundation and superstructure work. October we are working on the superstructure only. So this is how we can easily come to know the overall cost cash flow of our project. So this is showing in your Excel. We can even view the S curve of your project. Hope you already know S curve is nothing but the cost baseline, that is the cumulative cost we are spending on our project over the time. So that also we can view easily. We can view our resource histogram also, how much resource we are using, where and when. All those information can be easily viewed using this software. So you can view this histogram is showing you for the particular month what is the planned cost and what is remaining, what is actual cost. Since we have only planned our project, we have not executed, because this project is in planning phase itself. I will just showing you if we are in execution, how we can compare how much was the planned cost, how much actually we have spent, how much is remaining. And this histogram is for the month wise, and this curve, this is showing you the cumulative cost curve. So I'll just explain you the only cumulative part. You can easily view the cumulative cost curve of your project, because right now everything is remaining, so it is showing in the remaining part itself. Now the next phase, suppose you're okay with your project schedule, you're okay with the budget. Now next is that this is our target plan. This is our target schedule which we would like to compare during execution. So we save this plan as our target plan. We call in project management terminology as a baseline. So we save our project baseline so that we can easily come to know, okay, how much variance is there in our project. So that is easily comparable once we will be updating our project. So we'll just see now, we have already saved the baseline for our project so that we can view our project as well as our actual performance. So we'll now, we can easily see the variances. So this underline is there, and below the bar is the baseline part. I'll just make it little bit broader so that it is easily viewable. So now you can easily view the baseline bar is coming in yellow color. So suppose now I am updating my project. Again, there are various way of updation. If you feel that your project is moving as per plan, or if you feel that your project is not moving as per plan, so how we update? So like say I am selecting my project, I am updating my project till say today is 26th. So I'm updating my project till 26th of September. So in that way you can update your project and you can come to know the variances and all, how much it would be there. So 23rd August I have taken. I'll be updating the manual updation just to save the time, because a lot of activities are there to be updated. So I'm choosing the this 28th of August. So when you started your project actually, and when you completed your project, if you have not completed, you can specify your finish date. All those information we will be specifying in our status. This status is basically as per your actual progress, the data which you collect from your site, the data which you get in your reports, status report from your team. On that basis we update our project, how our project is moving and what is the forecasting. That report can be easily generated. Like say we started this project on 12th and we have only completed this project 40%. So like that you can complete if you have not started any of the project. So this is how we can update our project status. So I have updated my project till 22nd of August. So I can view my performance till 22nd of August. What is my project performance? So it is showing you this red line is a backlog. So your project is behind schedule. And see, this is the baseline and this is your actual work. And this, based on this delay, the activity has been already rescheduled. So all the activities dates has been rescheduled because we have worked on the relationship. We have developed our project logic with the help of critical path methodology, so that we can easily find out what is our new completion date for this particular project. So we can view our plan versus actual, how much is the plan and how much actual we are. So we can easily compare baseline versus current. So what is your baseline start date? What is your actual start date? So it is showing you finish date variance is -2 days. -2 days of delay is there. In this -1 day, -9 days. So this is the overall, our project is delayed. So we have 6 days of delay for this particular project till now. So how to overcome? Like suppose you feel that okay, instead of 8 hours, now we would go for 10 hours of work, or we need to apply more resources. So all those resource optimization, schedule compression techniques we have to apply in our project so that we can bring it right on track. Isn't it? This is how this software will be helping you very easily. We can have various types of reports easily generated. Secondly, we can also support our project activities with relevant documentation in electronic form itself. All your bills, all your job drawing, all your AutoCAD files, everything we can attach with this particular software. We can have our risk register also. We can have various types of reports, like say we can have a tracking reports for our project. How much is our variance? How much is our cost? Everything we can view with the help of this curve. If you know about this earned value management is a very powerful monitoring system which we use. It gives you the overall performance of your project in terms of your baseline. So here you can see what is your project cost variance. So this project is, this organization is -0.414. So this is the variance. Again, this bracket shows negative variance of this much rupees. What is estimated completion, estimate to complete, everything we can view for our entire organization, for our entire division or entire unit, or for a particular project. It is up to you how you would like to view. You have got project cost, you have got earned value curves, resource curve, which will give you the difference between the planned, actual and remaining. See, you can view for your all organization, you can view for a particular project, for particular division, what is our planned, actual and remaining curve. For a particular project also you can view. We have got a lot of project, metro project, housing, everything is there. So we can view with the help of this curve any type of information. And apart from this, you do have got other reports as well which we require. So we have these various reports. Also, we can create unlimited reports as per the requirement. We should want to know the reports of our activities. We want to know the reports of the project issues, project resources, project status, everything we can have. So like say if you want to run any other report, and these reports can be easily merged with your ERP system. You can even have a system where you can upload these reports on your website. So if a person who doesn't know Primavera, he himself can also understand the project progress. So this is your status report, which is showing how much percentage of project is completed, how much activities has been completed, how much are on remaining. All those information can be easily seen. So if we want to see our project progress, we have columns. I'll just show you some information. See, so our plan in our target, in our baseline, we were supposed to complete 10.82% of foundation work, but we have only completed 3.83. This is our performance, and this was the scheduled work. So overall, till this 25th of August, or the date till which you have applied your status, is known as the status date, data date, review date, on which we are reviewing our project. So we can easily come to know till this particular date, the schedule was 0.59% completion of the entire project, but we have only completed 0.21%. And every activity. So we can have this kind of information very easily. Our progress report, performance report, everything. We can even, like suppose you are not working on the resources part, because there are many of you might be knowing, or there are organizations, suppose like say I am only working on my the time and material contract, or I am only working on the cost part. Resource is the headache of contractor. I've given him the total fixed price contract, so I just have to give him based on the quantity of work. So for that also we have a provision how we can apply, how we can get our project schedule, how we can plan, and how we can have the cost estimation also. So that also is possible with the help of the software. So it is up to the person who is using, whether you are working on the monitoring part, whether you are a planner, whether you are a scheduler. So it can be used by any of the person, any of the people who is involved in project. So the software, the course, if you do, we teach you, we train you on all aspects. Like say, if you want to start from scratch, how you can develop your company's portfolio, how you can develop a project from scratch, WBS, calendars, activities, relationship, resources, till the completion. So we are going to cover you. Maybe you would be using only the scheduling part or monitoring part. That is up to you. So now I would be very happy to share your queries or questions, whatever you have. If somebody has any question, they want to ask anything, I can discuss on that. You can unmute yourself and ask me the questions.